G'day mates, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm VOD reviewing and interviewing none other than the solo FNCS winner Jynx. We're going through his gameplay and I'm asking him questions like why did he rotate here, what's his loadout look like, but I even wanted to ask some extra questions like what is his #1 tip to being the best solo player you could possibly be. If you want the answers to those questions, stay tuned, chuck a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you enjoy. You're a pretty heavy placement warrior, right? Like you'd consider yourself getting more placements than Elims most times?
Yeah, most of the time. I've gotten like a way better impact rating though. Like,
okay.
I averaged four kills this 20 solo. Like
yeah, that's still good. Okay.
That's like the best in the 20 by far.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Okay, and then and that's just end game. So then with that, because I know that was like we've actually talked about that before. I remember talking to you. I think it was coming into. And maybe it was even AO saying that impact kills was one of your weaknesses and stuff. So what did you do to work on that? Did you just get kind of more confident going for them, or did you actually just identify, like get better at identifying who is someone you should go for?
I watched a lot of Mr. Savage M.
Okay.
He's the best.
Okay, you reckon Savage is the best at getting impacts?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now you can see the gameplay, right?
Yes.
I'm tearing you away from you. I'm sorry, bro. As I said, I'll try and get it done quick and then you can go warm up and stuff. No, I do appreciate jumping in.
I'm sure.
All right, sweet. Now, this guy that was dropping on you, this was weird. I was talking about it when I was watching. I feel like this guy helps your tournament heaps. Would you agree?
I agree.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I know, this guy has the strangest ego. This job, like, he's been testing me for like weeks.
Really? Because game one, he got you really close. But I feel like game one, you started off real slow. I was like, Jynx shouldn't have got that close. Like this, I don't know, this guy plays slow. Like,
no, this guy is very interesting.
Yeah, I was like him dropping on you. I feel like was good. It was just guaranteed surge every time. So this time you go to the top, but normally you were going underneath. Is that just because you could see that he couldn't stop you?
Yeah, basically. I knew he had a better drop than me for Vault.
Okay.
And he did. I don't think he made the top. So like if I drop Vault, if I missed the top and dropped Vault, he had a way better drop. Okay, fair.
Is Vault your priority here, or was it because the top gets you a fair bit? Okay, Vault's your priority. Okay.
I always go Vault.
Okay. Yeah, it's like this right here, bro. Like what? Bro, like it's this confused me. I was like,
this kid's just not great. He's really.
I was like, it's FNCS finals, man. You can't just leave a wall open. Like what? And then crash pads. So stupid.
This was really interesting.
This was weird. This was
literally you walked through it, and then the crash pad was bouncing on the other crash pad and popped late.
Oh, so I thought that was a bug, but it wasn't. So he just walked through the build, and then the crash pad bounced off another crash pad. I thought it was like a weird bug. Okay, and then obviously that's it.
I thought it was too at the time, but.
Okay, and then there you go. That's your pretty much surge. Okay, sweet. And now, so what was your decision in dropping Rig, by the way? Because I know, like, obviously Arkham did Insane out of here. It's got the guaranteed launch pad. Did you, like, is that kind of decision making when it came to finding this drop, or?
Well, it was basically, I'm not the best spawn fighter.
Okay.
So I was just looking for a relatively uncontested drop by like any good players.
Okay.
That I can know I can still alpha it, but like there's no tier 1 players contesting it. So and also there's a guaranteed pad, a lot of loot, and also, which is something underrated, you always get metal here. There's no cards. There's no cards in the game, so like a lot of drop spots don't have.
The metal was huge. Like when they took metal out of the map, this drop just got like so buffed. Or pretty much any drop that had metal. I mean, me trying to coach Fresh was a nightmare because Pleasant just had 0 then. Like he had to sit on like Pleasant Bridge and farm it for like 5 minutes to get any metal.
Yeah.
Right. And now you grabbing the tack there as well, because obviously the topic that friggin' everyone's asking. Shotgun preference. What is it for you?
Tack in solos.
Okay, tack in solos. All right. Up to what rarity? Like at what point will you take a charge over attack? Like if it's like, say, will you take purple charge over green tack, or like how far is it? Okay.
All basically just that big change.
Okay, so
like
once
if
you
I
get
have
to
like a lower tier tack, I'll take it up.
Okay, so it's not like hardcore charge, but obviously this game legendary. Okay, so man, look at your loot. I mean, and crash pads as well. Do you reckon crash pads has helped you a lot with your impact frags, or have you been? Okay.
I love basically any mobility item just helps.
Yeah, 100%.
It helps, like complements my playstyle so much.
Okay, and then because obviously it gets you more consistent. I mean, it just helps anyone who's smarter though, right? Like if you can't just be a freak who jumps in on 50 people like Muzz, like you're gonna need some mobility to actually get around. And now with this one as well, the one thing you did different to there was Arkham quite a lot was the fact that you didn't, like, obviously this one, the zone wasn't too bad for you, but even on far zones, you, like, if you had a northeast zone, you would kind of come through the land. You never did water rotates, right?
No.
Okay.
I just spam white line. I feel like so many people have been, like, watching coaches and that, and spam going dead side. So literally just running through the middle is always free.
Okay, fair, interesting take. I mean, yeah, I'll take that. I get asked in chat a lot, like, if everyone's going dead side, is it dead side anymore? And I always kind of meme that answer, but you legitimately think the dead side's getting more contested because
it is 100%. I feel like in solos it's really bad, but in team modes, dead side's really good.
Okay, all right.
That's my take on it anyway.
Interesting. So you prioritize. Okay, well, there you go. Bold take there. I'll take it. I mean, kind of just shit on a bunch of my content, but I'll take it. That's fine. What's working for you? Nah, it depends though. But I mean, most of the people who are talking, when I advise people to go dead side, it's in unstacked lobbies, and those people don't know how to go dead side. You know what I mean? But these are the best players, like in OCs. So.
I usually just like white line center a lot of times. So.
Okay. So yeah, do you have like a kind of formula when it comes to zone rotations, or do you play every game different? Like I know like Timmy's talked about it a fair bit. I've noticed that like Stretch and Arkham players like that have a pretty decent formula. Do you have one for zones, or you kind of play each zone as it comes?
Usually as they come, but I have like some kind like just like an average thing. If it pulls like to the middle or like to the top right, I just white line straight to the middle.
Okay.
But if it pulls top left or bottom right, then you can like from rig you can easily go on the edge of the map.
Okay, so you kind of stick edge if it goes either these ways, but if it goes anywhere, you go okay.
Like if you look at the other games, there was like I think there was a game to the left of Holly. And I was rotating on the left, and there was 2 games towards retail. And like Caddy, and you can see in both those games that I go like all the way around the edge. So.
Okay, fair enough. All right, sweet. And then because you've been I kind of want. This is gonna be a big question to ask as well, though. But what do you reckon the kind of key to you being so consistent across what? Pretty much since World Cup. You obviously missed out on qualifying for World Cup, where you technically won, but OC being dead region didn't have a qual spot. What do you think? Is there kind of anything you would advise people to staying as consistent as you have for so long?
Don't rely on your mechanics, I guess.
Okay, all right, interesting. So what? So then you think rely more on game sense and actual being smart and knowledge, not just hard grinding mechanics.
Well, like you just look at like the best players. Obviously, like Benji and Savage and all that have insane mechs, but then you gotta look at someone like Arkham, who's like literally been dominating West for so long.
Yeah,
and he's literally the slowest player ever.
Yeah, okay, interesting. All right, okay, I like it. And then, so obviously you having now performed pretty damn well in a whole bunch of solos modes. Obviously, if anyone's watching and they don't know, Jynx obviously came 16th, you said, wasn't it? I can't remember which DreamHack.
18th.
18th at DreamHack, insane Anaheim. And then obviously you've now won this FNCS. Do you like solos, or are you still just... You just play solos, but you hate solos? Okay.
I hate solos.
Well, I talked to you coming into this, and you were not confident at all. So I'm going to guess you were surprised that you won this, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
What do you think, if you had to pick a placement going into it, do you have any idea what you expected you would come?
Top 20. I'm very good at coming top 20.
Okay, top 20. Jeez. And then you ended up winning it. Okay. Was it something, did you play particularly well, do you reckon, on the day, or was it just kind of like a bit of luck as well?
Well... both, to be honest. I feel like to win an event, especially solos, you have to get lucky and play good.
Okay, fair enough.
Like that's the same with everyone.
Yeah, I think so as well. So then how did you find AO? Was AO a bit of a struggle? Because I can't remember how you placed AO, but...
I got like 40 something at AO.
Okay.
AO was just like, it was just a drop spot thing.
Okay,
I was going to go the military base above Lazy, but then... it didn't work out. There was like 7 million people in that part of the map.
Jeez, okay.
So then I ended up dropping on a shack, and then I had nothing the entire tournament.
Okay, and so obviously you reckon drop spot's going to have... Obviously drop spot does have... I'm not even asked that. Drop spot has a big like impact on the tournament. So your kind of tactic to that is finding a drop spot that's good, but not contested by anyone tier 1. So you kind of wait till other people pick their drop spot. You don't try and ego one.
Well, that was like the same thing I did with Polar at the time, like last chapter.
Polar Peak, yeah.
That was
good old days.
Basically completely uncontested by any pros, so
okay.
I took it and claimed it as my home.
And that's what helps as well a little bit though, because you're a known name as well. So like you might not be the scariest spawn fighter, like obviously someone dropping on like probably more likely to drop on you than repulse, but if you're looking at a map and you're somewhere, I guarantee it's not the first place people are going to have eyes on though either. Okay, all right. And then so now your Storm Surge pretty much was mostly managed by JBO, right? Like the guy contesting you.
This game, the first 3 games it was all him, and then he started just landing on the shitty side, and then running away before I could kill him. So.
And does that affect you much? Like with him taking a lot of the loot and stuff, did you find the last few games harder than the first few? Your scoring was still pretty consistent.
Well, basically, he took so the first 2 games he landed on main side with me, and I killed him both times, and then the other time he tried taking half the main loot island and the small side island. Yeah. And then trying to run, and ended up, I found him, I chased him and killed him again. And then the next game he just landed just on the small side. Small side has 2 chests, so it was whatever. He just ran away. But okay. I think it was the 4th game. The first game he ran away. That was the game I struggled on Surge just because like I wasn't paying attention to it yet.
Okay. Because that's the hardest part. Surge lobbies and solos, I feel like, is pretty tough, especially with how laggy the servers are right now. Like, do you have any kind of secret or tips you would give for Surge lobbies, or is just literally always looking for tags, pretty much, right?
It's literally just solos and tags.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. You got a limb here.
Yeah, this guy's literally the freest kill. I saw him stinking me earlier too, so I knew he needed Surge, but...
Okay. Oh, so he starts getting hit by Surge. Oh, he's getting hit by Surge right now. Okay, nice. So you identified the fact that he was stinking you earlier meant that if he's not stinking, he's stinking but not pushing, he's probably looking for tags, right?
Yeah, like I knew he needed it because he stunk me for like no reason. Then like as soon as I started rotating, I saw him like start running behind me and shooting me.
Jeez, okay.
I didn't know he's that low, but...
Okay. And then I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say you white line this next rotate.
I do. I do.
Okay, fair enough. And then
actually I run a bit to the right, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but pretty much like that's almost a white line. So you go just a little bit behind and then move. Okay. Now the big question I got asked a whole bunch, which I'm gonna use in this huge gap here: are you gonna go to another region given the opportunity when COVID like quiets down? Is that something that's been on your list for a while now, or you reckon you're gonna stick to OCE?
I will definitely be going to North America, hopefully.
Hey, let's go.
As soon as possible.
Okay, all right, ASAP. Damn, and because I was going to lead to my next question as well. Do you think, even let's say someone wins every FNCS for OCE, do you reckon they'll still get any real recognition, or even after winning this FNCS, did you see a kind of jump in social boost or any like kind of like what you'd expect from anyone winning any other region, or do you still think OCE just doesn't get any attention?
It got like a little bit, like obviously, like my Twitter post thing got like 7,000 something.
Yeah, okay,
so
all
right. That's still good, especially for me. So
yeah, okay, fair enough. And then okay, and what do you think your chances of performing in another region are? Do you think being someone who plays for placement, do you actually think you'll do better in another region, or like better comparably? Obviously, do you think you're gonna win a solo FNCS in the other region, or do you think you're still gonna do insanely well, but maybe not like win it?
I think I'll do like good. Obviously I definitely won't dominate.
Okay.
As much as you do here, but I don't know. After like DreamHack and like came 18th, that's like a bit of a boost. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I definitely can place.
Yeah, 100%. And so you would rather go to another region and do good than stay in OCE and be the best?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. And is that just like a pride thing for you, or is that also like a career thing?
A bit of both. I just think you get like a lot more recognition over there.
Yeah.
For one, there's still a chance I could go over there and do insanely well.
Oh, exactly.
Like,
I think you could.
There's still that chance I could. So.
I think you could. Like I don't know. From watching a whole bunch of OCE myself, I'm at the point where it's kind of like I feel like placement people like yourself. I feel like as much as people don't put respect on OCE, it can be insanely hard to place, especially in solos tournaments when you're versing a region that's mechanically skilled but not very smart. Like there's just like you could have just gotten psychoed in right now by a crash pad for no reason and could have thrown your whole tournament, and there's literally nothing you can do in OCE.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then so now with coming into trios, how confident are you?
Extremely confident.
Yeah.
I'm so keen for trios.
Nice. So you didn't get burnt out on solos. I mean, you won it, but do you reckon if you didn't perform well, you'd be burnt out, or you would have been keen just to pretty much put it behind you and go straight into trios?
I was very keen to put solos behind me. Like I wanted it over. Like I think I tweeted before the event, something like about the next season hopefully being like duos and trios or something.
Yeah, okay. You didn't want any solos events at all. Do you still want no solos events even after winning FNCS? You just don't enjoy it even after winning? Yeah, wow, okay.
I just don't enjoy it like at all.
Fair enough.
Just boring.
Fair enough. Okay, now this rotate here, obviously, so you rotate like a little bit later, I imagine? Like most people have gone in before you. Any particular reason, or you just chose to rotate late here?
There was a lot of boxes in front of me that zone because I was like right on edge. So
okay,
as soon as everyone else left, I just came in behind.
Okay, so you're pretty comfortable to come in late and follow behind old people, like enemies' old builds, rather than trying to move first.
Yeah, and zone went like right in front of like an actual building. So if things go bad, like get tagged, I can literally hide behind the building. So
okay,
not big a deal.
Would you be that comfortable doing that if you didn't have a crash pad or launch pads as well? Does that factor into obviously you got mobility if you get stuck, or that's pretty much your go-to most times?
I would have done that every time, I think, especially because I had like meds.
Okay.
Like, I've still got big pods.
True. You still got the extra shield if you get tagged below 150. Nice. Yeah. Okay. And now you got 237 ammo, but you play pretty safe. Like I've noticed that you're 76 above. Storm Surge not going to be a huge issue. You don't go for like mad holding anyone, right? Like you don't try and get anyone like lobby manipulator or anything, even when you're in this spot.
Not here. I don't think it's worth. Yeah,
okay. Fair enough.
I think, like, I don't get to kill here many times. Like, obviously I go for tags like Repulse if it's free.
Yeah. Man, Repulse is rotating late. But he's obviously got the same kind of opinion as you, like, say, just go behind the full builds, go behind the house.
Okay, I think he'll get in here fine. Like, if he goes behind the house, there's nothing I can do about it.
Okay, and now you're going as endgame, like, pretty stacked here. So obviously, someone did ask as well, and I did want to ask this one. So at which point do you start looking for refreshes? Is it when you're at, like, 200-300 mats, or is it do you wait until you're pretty much down to like 100?
Always.
Or like always.
Even if you have 1,000 mats, if it's a free kill, it's a free kill.
Oh really? Okay, so you just identify.
I don't like. Obviously, I don't go hard for an impact if I have like a lot. Like if I'm super healthy on mats and that. But,
okay.
Like you always have to be aware of like what's going on around you, and like if someone's say like fighting beneath you, and you can get like a free kill, or like there's like a guy running past your box, you can cone box him, and that's a free kill.
Okay, all right. So you just pretty much go for the point where a refresh, like it might not even necessarily be for a refresh. Just you kind of built up the confidence to go for eliminations endgame if they were available.
Yeah, it's a big savage thing I've been watching a lot recently.
Okay.
I think he overdoes it a bit.
Okay.
But something I picked up from him.
And then
like he's always looking for frags, always. Even if he's got 600-700 mats, he's always looking for them.
Nice. All right. And how did you build up the confidence to go for that, though? Obviously, being someone who used to be, I feel like you were probably the most consistent placement player ever. Like I think even DreamHack, right? Like you were pretty much at the point where some people were getting triggered watching you because you'd get eliminations and not go for the mat refresh, right? Like you were pretty much just going purely for endgame.
That's a big thing that I've changed.
Okay. And then how'd you build up the confidence to go for that? You just started doing it, I guess, right? Like it's nothing crazy, isn't it? There's no real secret. Just start going for the limbs and realizing you can get them.
Well, I kind of had enough of getting top 20. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so it was like first or nothing.
Needed to change something.
Okay.
That was one of the biggest things I needed to change.
And then so when it comes to that process, watching other good pros, so is that what you do? You didn't know what you were doing wrong. You didn't know it was refresh. You were just like, I'm going to watch other people who play well in solos and just kind of identify that refreshes was the issue?
Well, I don't know. I definitely knew when I was a placement warrior that like that probably wasn't the play. Like,
okay.
I don't think I'd win many events off doing that.
Okay.
I was kind of going for just like the consistent top 20 or top 15 or whatever, but I think I've definitely gotten a lot better, like mechanically, or kind of mechanically.
Okay.
That I can, and aim especially.
All right. And now what's the thought process here? So obviously, you're, oh my God, the replay mode is so scuffed sometimes. So you cop zone here pretty much, right? You're in this kind of like absolute all the people here. So thought process here is, are you going to wait to hold people and then pad, or what's the rotate here?
Yeah. I'm padding this in. Goes up a hill as well.
So. Okay. So you're going to save the launch pad, use the pad, and then hold on to your crash pads end game. Because obviously like, with crash pads for you right now in the current meta, I'm assuming they might stay around. I don't know whether they will or not, but it still help people to know as well. So were you trying to use launch pads before crash pads to have them for refreshes as well? Or just, okay.
I always try to keep crash pads for the ultimate late, and then I try to use launch pads like half zone first moving.
Okay.
Like the longer.
Okay, easy. So yeah, the two longer zones. Nice. All right. Damn, just beaming a guy. All right. And then so with your aim, did you start aim training a lot? Was that what kind of started to work on it, or just anything crazy there?
Yeah, I've started to. I don't do it a lot, like, but it's more than 0, which is what I used to do.
Okay, fair enough.
Like I probably do like a couple hours a week, like nothing insane, but.
Okay.
And I don't have like a proper routine or anything. I just go play a few maps, maybe.
Okay.
A few times a week, and
oh my gosh, replay mode. This give me flashbacks to FNCS commentary. All right, so then you launch pad through. At this point, what? You've got 500 wood, 280 brick, 244 metal. So obviously now you're just kind of chilling, waiting until zone goes past, and then gonna crash pad, I'm guessing, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're really comfortable waiting until zone goes past you. Like you don't mind not being front side if you got the mobility, right? Like you don't try and solo tap to front side even once you get there. You kind of let it past you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're staying quite high on the builds as well. Like obviously not looking for height. Is this for crash pads as well? Do you think you'd be lower if it wasn't for the crash pads on rotations, or?
I would definitely be a bit lower if it wasn't the crash pads, but I definitely try and stay in the mid and somewhere.
Okay. That's 27 alive. Jeez, man, you pick up some bigger limbs here as well. Oh my God, look at all the crash pads. All right, so it goes back over old builds. Ooh, we got the big fresh, the big pickle. No way.
I thought I might have had this wall, but I didn't have it. So.
Okay. And then so as well, like here as well. So like when you said like identifying eliminations and stuff, like what are some of the things you're looking for as well? Because obviously like a player on the other side of the wall, you've got crash pads, but obviously this is not something you're pushing off. There's no one's taken damage. You're not going for this fight at all. It's just like, what is some of the things you're looking for when you're looking for a refresh end game? Is it, have you tagged them? You know they're weak. They're on a cone. Like what are some of the stuff you're looking for to identify an easy refresh?
I think this is something I heard from Timmy like a long time ago. Is that like instead of like obviously you look for refreshes, but like you gotta listen for them.
Okay.
So like if you hear like a crack or something like that, or you like something like that, and then you can spray a wall and hit them white, so maybe get on the wall and something like that.
Okay, so you're not one to just go straight in through the walls. You obviously want some kind of information on your refresh.
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, all right, easy. Because that's the thing with crash pads now. I feel like it's put it to the point where technically anyone could almost be a refresh if you... Oh, I remember I was watching this live. That's right.
Yeah, this was like... I went to put a wall in front of me and then edit it, but I didn't click before I edited it. And
and you the pre-edited
and then I edited a door through the wall. And
yeah, but at least you didn't panic,
I opened the door and edited the floor. And then I was... Oh, this is a mess.
You didn't panic though, at least. That's a good sign though. Like this, that would have spooked a lot of people. They would have started playing bad.
No, I was kind of...
And this is it as well. So yes, you're spraying tags. There you go. And obviously that's a white tag now. So this is someone you're going to probably try and chase down. Nice.
Yeah. You get a free kill there.
And then
I was going to pick up the mats because I thought they went through the wall and they were right. So.
Okay. And then low ground now. 19 builds left. So this is when you probably start looking a lot heavier, I'm guessing. Like at a certain point, you've got to pretty much start kind of forcing them a bit more, right? Like you can't sit back and wait for them. Jeez. Your aim has got a lot better. What? Oh, that's so lucky.
It was a bit lucky though.
So wait, was Speedy came in from behind and someone else took him out?
Yeah,
jeez.
Killed him.
Gotta love the audio cues, right? Yeah. And now backside of zone is obviously where you're going to be looking for most of your refreshes, right? Like you're pretty much always looking backside low ground for shambles players, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And link up against the wall, nice. And this is obviously where tack just comes out on top for sure.
Yeah.
End game tack is, if you get a strong tack, and then does zone pull back? No, zone pulls up. So you take only one tick to get it all. Nice. And now at this point, so at this point, obviously, so there's 7 players alive. You've now got your full mat refresh. Do you start playing heavy placement here, or is this where you're still having the confidence to go for eliminations a little bit more and kind of force a little bit more?
Definitely playing for placement here because I have 600 mats in the final zone.
Okay.
If I like don't get top 3 here, that's like a choke. Basically.
Okay, so you get to a point where, okay, but you still look for peaks though as well, because I feel like that was you as an old player. Like I feel like around DreamHack, this is where you literally wouldn't have opened walls. Like it would have been just tunnel placement, like almost never looking for limbs.
Well, yeah, basically. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's usually free kills on low ground around here, so...
Oh my god, you're getting real screwed by the audio right now though as well. People are just walking into your boxes. Nice.
Get that kill, don't get the...
Yeah, you still play way more confident though. Like your confidence, you can tell it's gone up so much in this.
Yeah.
And then look,
I was just naming invitational, like I was a bit too scared still.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of messed up the one, but I was low anyway.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Easy, and that's the 7 lim second. And at this point, that put you were you in the lead after game 1? You weren't, right? Because someone won game 1, and then were you in the lead now? I think you were.
Yeah, I was in the lead from game. Yeah, this game onwards.
Ooh, and then the run home as well. Did you start to get nervous at all?
No, because my mentality was like, I've already done well today. Like,
okay.
I was like, I went into this like, if I get top 20, it's awesome. Like, that's a fine day. And then
okay,
I just kept resetting.
And so
I just like reset after every game.
Do you think that's a healthy mentality to go into with? Like, so do you kind of follow the mentality of setting a little bit lower expectations so you can kind of exceed them and get hyped, rather than like, I don't know, I'm looking at someone like Repulse who's literally like, I'm gonna win or I'm pissed.
I don't know. My mentality is like super weird. I feel like it's something you can't do when you're not as good, which kind of sucks. But it's just like,
okay,
like you try, obviously, because I'm not a fan of solos. Like you still try, but like if you don't do that well, like it's like whatever. Like who cares? It's solos. You don't like them anyway.
Okay, all right. And you
so
think
like that basically gets rid of all my nerves because it literally doesn't matter if I do bad.
Okay. Okay, and how do you find with that with streaming and stuff though as well? Because obviously that's where it gets harder. Like I think that mentality can work really well until you've got like a bunch of people literally watching and putting expectations on you. Does that kind of factor into it all? Do you get more nervous when streaming versus not streaming, or you still kind of have the same mentality? Look, guys, it's solos. I don't care.
Well, I think everyone well, any active in my stream knows that I really hate solos, and I have turned off my stream many times
because of solos.
So.
Okay, and then so now coming into trios, do you have a different outlook on it as well? Do you have a goal, like you want to win trios?
I very much want to win trios.
Okay.
I definitely do.
So my question with, if you hate solos then, and then you're doing like, say like 1v1 practice to warm up for it and stuff, like what motivated you to then actually try at all if you hated it that much? Is it just because you enjoy playing, like you enjoy the game enough, or is it you just wanted to kind of just do well enough?
I just don't really want to get washed, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
And I feel like if I'm getting top 20s and that, like, I hate saying I got carried. I hate it.
Okay.
Like, that was a big thing when I first started playing Gear Wasn't Worthy. I feel like I literally wasn't that great.
Okay.
And I did personally feel like I got carried in the first few cups.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't have this. So I actually did get a lot better. And I have gotten a lot better in the last, like, few months.
Okay, so you got motivated to try and not be carried. Like, you wanted to not be known as the one being carried in team game modes.
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it.
But do you think that comes down to your role in trios as well? Because you're quite heavy on the tarping, and I feel like a lot of tarpers and a lot of decision makers don't get as much credit because obviously it doesn't look as flashy, doesn't look as exciting, but I feel like it is as equally important, if not more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was more talking about like the cash gobs because
when it's W
really
okay.
Stacked.
Okay.
Like I want to be good enough that like I'm still getting it like at least a quarter of the kills. Like obviously on my tier at the moment, I'm definitely like the least of a fragger.
Okay.
Definitely the least of a fragger on the trio, but I still want to be able to like not be carried. I just hate the feeling of getting carried.
Okay.
And I know when I am getting carried, and I hate that feeling so much.
Really? Okay, interesting. I like that. So that's obviously why solo is not your game mode too much then either, because you don't have that same motivation, right? Like it's on you, so who cares? Like I wanted to come top 20, who cares if I come 40th, you know, right? Like whatever.
Yeah.
But like team modes, you actually feel like responsible if you don't do well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then during the break, so I'm not going to hold you too much longer. During the break, I saw that you practice your mechs hard in that like 4 month of like no tournaments. Do you think that was where like a lot of players kind of fell off or a lot of players missed their opportunity? Because I feel like that was a big break that if you actually started hard grinding mechanics, people came out of that even better. And as some of the old pros got really washed during that period. Would you agree or?
Yeah. Well, definitely for me, that was also one of the times where I definitely got a lot better.
Okay.
I feel like Repulse definitely had...
Yeah.
Definitely flicked a switch in my brain.
Yeah, okay. Because that's when you were kind of hard grinding mechs of Repulse. And then do you find that as well? Who you play with? Because obviously the discussion around friend groups comes up a lot. Do you think that's a big impact when it comes to Fortnite pros? Like up and coming pros just don't have access to friend groups, right? Like or other good players.
Well, I wouldn't use it as an excuse, but it helps. Like I definitely... I feel like I'm one of the only top pros who like didn't come up basically through King Hitters, right?
True, very true.
They've dominated the region for so long, and like I think last year, like 2019, I was the only person in top 10 for the year who wasn't a King Hitter.
Yeah,
so like
very
I
true.
definitely wouldn't use it as an excuse for anyone who's like up and coming, but it definitely does help.
Yeah, okay, all right, fair enough. All right, well then, what do you think? Okay. I'm going to make it hard for you, and I'm sorry because pros hate this one as well. If you could give one piece of advice to someone trying to get to your level in Fortnite, what would it be? If it's one piece of advice.
I don't know. Hey, it's kind of hard.
I know it's a hard one. Because I get it all the time. Same with streaming. Hey man, what should I do to become a good streamer? And it's hard, but if there's one thing, and don't worry, I'm sure you're not going to get held to it too heavily.
Being able to W key,
okay,
like so basically good mechs, but like know when to do it.
Okay, all right. So
or like having the mechs to do it, like just having the mechs to be able to do it, like helps with everything. Like just tarping, endgame, like fragging, impact fragging, like literally everything, like piece control, just everything.
Okay, so you think you've got to get your mechs to a certain point, but would you agree that some people take it too far then? Once they get too confident in their mechs, they push? Like you even mentioned Savage for a little bit there. You think he maybe goes for limbs a little bit too hard at times?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I know there's so many insane people in OS with like just insane mechanics, but like they just like they either overdo it or underdo it.
Okay.
Like they either use it too much and they don't think about what they're doing, or they don't use them at all.
Okay. And then, because that's the one thing I've always found is most interesting about you as a player as well, is the kind of, I don't know. It's the weirdness of someone who is very, very good, but still insanely modest for how good they are. Like, you know you're good, and you know that you're placing highly as well. But at the same time, you will go into solos being like, man, I'm going to come top 20. I'm not that good, right? I feel like someone who has had the kind of solo achievements as you would put more pressure on themselves. So I think that does fit. The fact that you've got the mechs and you're a good player, but you can turn it back because you don't have this kind of massive, like, I'm going to shit on everyone in this lobby. I'm better than all of them type thing. Because that's what I'm seeing a lot of pros miss. Like I was talking to you about Reet with his 19 elim game, right? Like that's the person I'm probably gonna do an interview with as well. He legit just thinks whoever's in this box is worse than me. I'm going to shit on them. And it does. It gets them killed at like 60 alive in like a fight they just didn't really need.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, interesting. All right, sweet. Do you normally get up at this time?
For the last few days.
Yeah, fair enough. Why, like, I guess because it doesn't really matter with the cash cups, right?
Yeah, it literally doesn't matter. I know, I just sleep for a long time. You just sleep like 10 hours, so like, I should be getting up earlier.
Whoa, you sleep for 10 hours?
Well, that's pretty low, to be honest.
What? 8's like average, man.
I know, but like, if the earlier I go to bed, like, if I went to bed at like 2,
yeah, I
would just wake up at 2 anyway, like the next day, because I still have nothing to do, so I just sleep.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Damn.
Probably not good.
Okay, what the hell? I mean, it's half the stuff I was going to talk to you about, or one of the things I was going to talk to you about was like, what's your freaking like training routine look like? But damn, apparently just sleep a bunch and then play tournaments and what? Just screw around at night? Do you like warm up or practice after tournaments?
Yeah, I play a lot of creative after.
Okay, that's weird. So you do all your practice afterwards?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I don't really play a lot before. I feel like if I play a lot before, I get bored, like, and then I just like start trolling in like warm up, and then I just that troll mentality goes into the cup.
Okay.
Happens like every time.
Okay, fair enough.
So like I only like to like properly like 1v1. Like I free build like before, like if I'm up before, but then like I only actually proper like warm up 1v1 in that like 30-20 minutes before.
Okay, fair enough. I guess each to their own. Jeez, all right, fair. Because I was like, one of the main questions I kept getting asked was like, what does Jynx do to train? What does Jynx do to practice? I was like, well, Jynx has been playing for a while, so I feel like it's a little bit different. Yeah. But fair enough. What's like the longest break you've ever taken?
I've never really taken a break, to be honest.
Okay.
I've like the longest one, but it wasn't even really a break. It was just when I was like grinding Overwatch, but even then I was still playing Fortnite.
Okay. When was that?
So, that was like before AO, like.
Okay, so like earlier this year, like pretty much at the end of the last year, start of this year. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, and then I had to start grinding for like AO and DreamHack and that.
Okay.
So and then basically I haven't taken any breaks.
Damn. Did you expect to do as well at DreamHack as what you did?
Not really, to be honest. I didn't even have a draw spot going into it.
Seriously?
I found a draw spot like 2 days before.
No way. Because you like, popped off at DreamHack. Because like I feel like out of everyone, you were the most consistent across all days. Though I think Puck and Alec like popped off a little bit in the finals, especially Puck. But you were like the most consistent on all the days going into it. Like I remember doing viewing parties. I remember watching Booger watch you, and everyone was freaking out. I was like, damn, that was sick.
Yeah, I think I got like 11th in the first round, and then like I don't know, top 50 in the second round, and then like 18th in the finals.
See, that's consistent though. Like between the three of them, that's pretty damn consistent. Alright guys, that does it for another video. If you made it this far, you must have enjoyed it. So I hope you're liking this kind of content. Let me know in the comment section down below anyone else you want me to do next. If you haven't already chucked a like on the video, please do. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.